Hello Sonic fans, SonicUpdater here with some more news updates. So, it's been a long week with Sonic 4 Episode 2 making it out and everything, so I bet all of you have been enjoying the game and some of you might be disliking the game. So, and I don't know why you would dislike it, but some people have their reasons, so let us begin the show. So recently this morning there was news that came in for Sonic 4 Episode 2 that it's going to be patched on Steam only. Now, the reason there's a patching on Steam is there was a big people that bought the game on Steam were a little disappointed on the fact that the resolution in Sonic 4 Episode 2 was not allowed to be changed. So there was no option for you to change the resolution to something lower, and you'd be forced to play the game either maybe a little bit laggy or the highest quality, but your computer wouldn't be able to run it. So there's supposed to be a patch that's being tested on Steam, where eventually you'll now be able to change the resolution of your game so it can run on your computer more smoother, even though it's low quality. Now, some people were a little disappointed that this patch was not a patch of maybe the secret ending that should have been in this game. And if you don't know by now, there is no secret ending in Sonic 4 Episode 2. So far, there's no rumors that there's a secret file in the game either. All we can find in the files of the game is to be continued, but that's not even in the game either for some reason. So I don't know. I wish this patch was something around that area, and I wish Sega would think about making a patch for that eventually. Even if it's on Steam, I'd rather at least see a secret ending for Sonic 4 Episode 2. But really, I really want to see what happens after. Even though they might not make another one, it's cool to see what would happen. Because, see, in Sonic 4 Episode 2, when I saw Metal Sonic, when you beat him in the race, it doesn't seem like he's dead or defeated. He just got electrocuted. Now, that's another thing. Eggman obviously survives because he always survives every single explosion, because I don't know what in the world he's made out of. Yeah, basically what I'm saying is, some people are saying that Metal Sonic might have got electrocuted, but then when the Death Egg exploded, he went down with the Death Egg. Now, this is the problem. If you don't know by now, the Death Egg MK2 is actually Little Planet. Yes, if you don't know by now, it's kind of big because it's seen in every background of mostly every level. Now, this is the thing. If the Death Egg was to be destroyed, wouldn't Little Big Planet, I don't know, be destroyed as well? Now, this is the thing. It doesn't add up. You can't just leave the Death Egg thinking you destroyed Eggman and everything, because the Death Egg, when in the credit rolls, it's not like it's gone. It's just still there. For somehow Sonic presumes that he actually destroyed it, though even though there's explosions, it doesn't really destroy the whole thing. Now, it's a really confusing thing, in my opinion. I don't know. I really got a little confused in the ending because there's a lot of twists and plots there that really can add up. So I don't know if there will be an episode 3, but I really hope so it can clear up what happened in the ending of episode 2. Now to something pretty interesting. Okay, so Sega staff are going to be doing a little playdate. That's right, a playdate this Friday on Sonic 4 Episode 2. So, finally, since we got a Sonic game that has multiplayer online, Sega has decided on Friday they will be doing an event where you can actually play with one of the Sega staff. So, there's a couple of them that are going to be available. I don't exactly know what console or anything. The information is in the link below. If you want to see exactly what time, date they'll be available at, and what console they'll be using and whatnot. I think each staff member, they have their own unique console, so I think that's how it works, but I'm not 100% sure. But be sure to check that out, because if you want to play with a Sega staff and just, beat them at their own game, or let them beat you at their own game, then go ahead. Now, on to something that seems a little late, I guess you could say. So if you remember, one of the producers of Sonic CD, for the one that ported it to a different console, Whitehead, that's his last name, he recently released a concept art of a level, apparently, that he wanted to implement into the game when he was porting it to the other consoles. Remember, he actually had a recent concept art before this one about what he wanted an extra level to be. Now, he wanted to make a level where if you get all those time stones, you would actually have a boss battle of some sort. Now, this is the thing. Apparently, seeing from this picture, Whitehead had the idea that when you had the time stones, you would not need those signposts that take you to the future and past. And the way to attack the robot is somehow switching to the past, future, and present while fighting the boss. Now, I don't know how that works, but apparently somehow it damages the boss. And there's not much more detail on how the boss battle would work. Now, Sega did mention that Sonic CD will eventually get a patch of some sort, a sort of type of DLC that will fix something in the game that I don't remember what the issue was. But they did say Whitehead did say there is possibilities that his concept artwork will be in the game. Now, this is just not 100% positive, but Whitehead is right now rumored to be negotiating with Sega, hopefully to get his imagination into a game that is really old and making it a level in a new, like in an old game, he's making a brand new level in an old game. It seems pretty odd, but I can see it is possible since the game is not one of those advanced graphic games, so it is possible to do, I think. So I think this is pretty cool. I hope the DLC happens because, to be honest, I think there's really no point of the time stones except getting a good ending. But what's the point of a good ending if you didn't have a good final boss? And I have to say, Sonic CD's final boss was kind of lousy. It didn't seem like it seemed like Sonic 1's boss. Sonic 1's boss was simple as well, and I was a little disappointed actually finding that out what it was because I never actually played Sonic 1, but I beaten it last year, and I was a little amazed of what the final boss was. And I was actually keeping it a surprise so I can actually beat the game and make it to the last level, and then boom. Disappointment, shock. I thought it was a little easy. Even with the zero rings thing, it was pretty easy. I actually just don't know. It seemed disappointing. Anyways, yeah, so there's that rumor for Sonic CD. And that is all the updates we have today. I hope to see you guys next time. Sonic Updater, over and out.